Hello. It's 10 o'clock, Cairo time, and it's our magnificent call. How are you? If you're here, please let me know. Today, we have something important to tap on. So, let me ask you, how's it been going? How are you doing on your journey to a magnificent life? What's changing? What's shifting? What's happening in your life? Please send me that in comments. Now or later. I watch these videos later. I follow the live later, so I will be checking it in. Okay, today is an important topic. It's about not being true to yourself. And if you're planning to have a magnificent life, one of the things is you've got to start being true to yourself. Because if you're not, then wherever you're going to end up is not going to look magnificent to you. So it has to be magnificent for you. What would make you say that's a magnificent life? You only have this life, and it's limited in time. So you need to decide, as we've talked in so many of the videos, what do you really want? What do you really want out of this life? What is it you want? And we did the Wheel of Life, and we talked about that, and rating it and seeing like where you'd like some growth, what you'd like to do. So if you're not being true to you and copying someone else because you think that is the way to have a magnificent life, when you get there, you won't feel it's magnificent. Because it won't be yours. It won't be yours. So it's like when they say, make sure you're leaning on the right wall going up the success ladder. Because there's so many ways to succeed, but then sometimes people get up there and they don't like what they've reached. So make sure that you're being you. And today, this is what I want to tap about. Not being you. Because of fear, probably. You have some fear of being you. So let's tap on that. So think of something where you're not being you. Where you're not voicing out. Or you're accepting something you don't want to accept. Maybe you're in a job that's really totally against your value system. You're not being you. You can't be you in that job. You can't even voice how you feel. Then you're going to be having problems there. How can you have a magnificent life and be happy if every day in your job you're not fulfilled and there's a conflict inside? All right? Think of friends that make you feel tense or anxious, or you have to pretend, or you have to act different from who you really are. Or you have to say things you don't want to say, or do things you don't want to do just to comply. Because that's not you either. So think of what's happening. Where are you not being you? And you can do this after this video. You can sit down with a piece of paper, take a cup of coffee, maybe spend 2 hours just thinking, where am I not being me? Where am I not being me? Because that would mean that you're not going to be, when you get there, or what you're doing is not part of your magnificent life. It's a life that you don't want. It's not you. Okay? So a lot of times we do that out of fear. A lot of times we do that because we're really scared to be rejected. We think we won't be accepted once we are being us. Let's just tap on this fear of not being accepted. So even though I'm afraid to be me, because I'm afraid they won't accept me. I'm afraid they'll reject me. I totally and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm really scared to not be me. So to be me. I'm really scared to be me. To actually say how I feel. To actually say what I don't want. To actually voice my truth. I love and accept myself. Even though I'm really afraid they won't accept me. I'm actually afraid they'll reject me. I totally and completely accept how I feel right now. Or accept this fear in me. All this fear in my body. All this fear of being me. All this fear. They'll probably not like me. All this fear they won't like me. All this fear they'll reject me. All this fear they won't accept me. All this fear in my body. They're not going to like me. they won't accept me, they'll actually reject me. And that will hurt so much. All this fear, all this fear, all this fear, all this fear of rejection. Maybe it's easier to just comply, to pretend I'm someone I'm not, to just play along. Maybe it's easier. At least I won't be rejected. At least they'll think I'm one of them. At least I'll be accepted. No, it's not. It's not easier. It's also tough. I don't feel congruent. Something's wrong inside. There's a conflict. I don't feel right. Something doesn't feel right inside. No, it's not easier. But this fear of rejection, I'm so afraid to be rejected. But this conflict too is driving me crazy. I don't know, this fear of rejection and this conflict. This fear of rejection and this conflict. What do I do? How do I handle that? All this fear of rejection, all this inner conflict. What do I do? And how do I handle it? I wonder if it's possible for me to start a percentage of being me. Little bit by little bit. I'm not going to shock them. I'm just going to do it slowly. I wonder if it's possible that I can be me 10% for a while. Maybe 20%. Maybe 30%. What about some situations? What if I could choose one part of my life and start being me? Being really authentic. Being who I am. What if I can take one part at a time and start voicing who I am and starting being me and build up with that? I wonder if that's possible. And take a deep breath and just listen in and see your mind, what it says. How much can you do that? 30%, 40%, 50%, 20%? It doesn't matter what you start with. Just start in some area. Maybe it's time to tell your friends, no, you don't want to do that. You're not going to do that anymore. Or tell your partner. Or maybe it's time to start voicing your opinion a little bit in the work. Or start looking for another work that would comply with you more, or that would feel more authentic to you, goes with your value system. And then move towards that. So just take some time and write down what needs to change, what is it in with your values, what is causing you incongruence, and start seeing where you can start, and start with the easiest maybe, until you build the confidence to actually start being you. Because for some of us, it's been years we haven't been us. It's been years we've been pretending to be someone else. It's been years we're trying to please others so that to be accepted. So it's going to be a bit of work. So it's okay. It's okay. If it takes 3 months, if it takes 6 months, if it takes 2 years, it's okay. But you're on your way. Okay? I choose to feel confident in whatever percentage I can work with. I choose to feel good that I'm starting. I choose to feel great that I'm now aware and I'm recognizing where I'm not being me. I choose to know that I am amazing because I'm actually planning to work on this. I am working on this right now by recognizing where I'm not being me. I am grateful. I am thankful. And I commend myself for doing this work. This is hard work. This is tough work. But I'm starting it. One step at a time. 10% at a time. 5% at a time. One area at a time. until I can come back to me. And for every gain, I'm thankful. And I'm thanking myself for all this work on myself to come back to the real me. And I'm thankful. Okay, so you might want to tap this again a few times. You might tap the first part of it and just stop there, and then later tap the other parts. See how it fits for you. Your words are better. But the idea is be kind, be gentle, do it slowly, but start being who you are and start voicing who you are. By voicing it to yourself first, by saying, this is who I am. And I'm working towards that, voicing it, and towards making congruent. My life outside has to reflect who I am inside. I'm working towards creating a life that reflects who I am. Because you are unique, you are beautiful, you are who you are. And you're allowed to be who you are. And I love you. So I'll see you next week. If you have any questions, please write them down below this video. I will come back to you. If you have any requests for videos or the next episode about your magnificent life, and let me know how you're doing on your magnificent life. Till next week.